week, we discovered that bear spray isn't all that cracked up to be, and we set out to discover whether we're more of a Nicole or more of a Carlos. So grab your trusty self-defense bong, because it's time for another episode of...
There was a hurricane! Is the robot lady still here? Please sound the alarm!
Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour. Warning. The following podcast is another wasted hour.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
Hello, everybody who are still in the sound of our voices, in the realm of being able to hear this because you have power, because you have a home, because you have some type of mobile device that can download audio and play it into your little ears. Thank God you're still around. We did warn you to evacuate. Granted, that show will have come out after the actual hurricane. But if you're still here, I'm so glad, because our goal for now over a year and a half has been to take the next hour of your life and replace it with two ignorant, uninformed, ill-advised, self-deprecating morons ranting about opinions we have no right to have, which are probably wrong and absolutely do not matter. Our goal here at Another Wasted Hour is to convince you that where we hail from, just outside Washington, D.C., is not just a city of politics and scandals, but one brimming with art, music, and culture, as impossible as that may seem. So, listeners, now that you know why you're here, like two cars and a motorcycle, we have John and Jenny from Menage a Garage. Woo! Yay! We should have a clapping sound effect. I feel like I need that.
I'll get it to you right after the world premiere stinger.
It's just going to be me clapping 1,000 times in my own room. Like, just, and then one more take. Yeah, I'm still clapping.
You're a little
How many tracks can you get out of Reaper? We'll record that many.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes. Hello. So, John, welcome.
Thank you.
You can tell John by the fact that he has the boy voice. What do you do with the band Menage a Garage?
I sing in Jenny's band, and I play guitar.
Excellent. And Jenny, you can tell Jenny from the female
yes,
voice.
Yes, the very female voice.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell you guys apart. What do you do with Menage a Garage?
I play bass in John's band.
I like that neither of you taking ownership of the band. It's like when you have a kid.
We're both in Allison's band.
Yeah. When the kid does bad things and you're like, oh, this is your kid now. It just painted on the walls.
Yeah. She's super important, so that's why she's not here. We're just the representatives from the company.
She's the one that pulls all the strings.
Exactly.
She said, I do not want to leave my lair, so you will go to this podcast and represent us.
That's right. She sent us over to Virginia.
With one metal arm just petting a cat. Like
and the other metal arm is baking cookies.
And then the other metal arm has a drumstick.
Oh my God, she has 3 metal arms.
Well, yeah, it's metal.
Well, yeah, how else do you think she plays drums?
It's metal arms. You can have as many as you want.
Yeah, that's the nice thing.
Like a robot.
Yeah, well,
build it how you want.
Yeah. Excellent. So, Menage a Garage, a band out of the Washington, D.C. area. You guys are playing a pretty big show up at Dangerous Pies in Washington, D.C., and that's on Friday, September 28th, 8:30 p.m.
That's a good place, too.
Have you guys played there before?
No. Well, no, actually, that's not true. I was about to say no.
Sorta, yeah.
And sort of, yeah. So back in February.
I was going to lie to you.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, no, we haven't. Never.
Jenny, our relationship's been very short, and I feel like it might be taking a turn for the worse if we're lying already.
There's an H Street?
So back in February, before they actually had an upstairs. Well, okay, so they had an upstairs, but it wasn't a venue yet. It was just... It's really hard to get out of this trap now. You guys are putting me in. Okay, so let me just try to get out as quickly as possible.
Sure,
so,
Jenny, if that's your name.
I don't know if I want to drive home. I don't know this person.
So we played on the main floor, like just actually in the pie shop.
People eat.
Right.
Where people eat in the window in February, because Allison's other band, Hudson Falcons, has this long history with the people at Dangerously Delicious Pies. And they were on tour, and we hadn't even seen Allison in like a million years, like for a month. And she was super sick, and she totally rocked it because she actually had to play drums in both bands that night.
Oh, man.
So, but she totally pulled it out because that's the kind of lady she is. And so, yeah, that was it. But this is now the official new brand spanking new venue
So-
that the pie shop has
So before you played the pie shop, now you're upstairs at
at the pie shop. Well, they call
Jenny. God damn it, Jenny!
they call the new stage the pie shop. I don't want to mess with their branding. I mean, there's a big honking like light says the pie shop on it. But this is their new venue that I think
Last
they
time we were
opened.
in the pie shop. This time we're at the pie. Wait,
We're on the
This
pie
isn't
shop
going well.
stage.
what's the AP rule for this? I don't know how to
I see a branding issue with deliciously dangerous pies.
deliciously
They're
dangerous.
dangerously delicious
Well,
pies.
certainly if
They're
you
delicious.
get their name wrong.
Because apparently they are a pie
Pies
shop
dangerously.
Yes.
that's under the pie shop.
Stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
So
you been
we're-
there? It's so good.
Yeah. I've heard they have very good pies.
Oh my God.
Did you?
No, when I used to work at Georgetown SCS, there was a little shop right next door, and I was there every day.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're
even better,
crazy good.
they have a pie truck. So it's just amazing. And
truck made of
these
pie.
these people are old punks who make pie. I mean, it's just like perfect for us.
Although it does give us a glimpse into our future, doesn't it?
Future.
You're
We're
probably not
present.
going to be
I'm there,
playing
man.
punk music. You're probably going to be making pies.
We're already there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they're delicious, arguably dangerously so, and you guys are going to be playing. This is a new venue. That's what I was going to say. Is
Yeah.
upstairs they've cleared out an area, and there's an actual dedicated
Oh.
space for performances.
It's
With sound.
tremendous.
And what's really cool about
pro.
it, it's pretty small, so it's a very intimate kind of
yeah.
place to go to. So if you like being kind of in the music, if you like those concerts where it's not like people up on a stage and then you're kind of watching it happen, but those pictures of like old school DC hardcore stuff where like people were like on the stage and things like that was
Yeah.
happening, this is that kind of place.
yeah, I mean, it's actually less divey. It's super, super swank.
You went to
I
a
mean,
show
it's
there
nice. Yeah, I
recently.
went to a show there last weekend. It was amazing.
But it holds like 70 tops,
yeah,
right? Something
but
like
it's
that.
cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
cozy.
It's a
Which is
bit
cool.
smaller than DC9,
It's kind of like, yeah,
but it's
Yeah.
that level of sound.
yeah, yes.
Like so, you
It's amazing.
played there, been there. DC9 is a great place to play.
Smaller or bigger than Velvet Lounge?
Probably similar, maybe a little bit bigger because
a
it's
little
longer.
bit bigger, really. Okay.
Yeah, they have an outdoor patio. It's really cool.
Oh,
with
nice.
bright big lights that says pie shop. So,
Yeah. All right,
again,
cool. So-
branding.
Velvet Lounge loses a giant chunk by that bar they never use.
Right,
so-
that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be Friday, September 28th. Go check them out in DC. We have a track from you called The Stroke that we're going to play a little later from the EP More Human Than You that you just released. That was in like July, right?
Yep.
And if you are insanely curious about that, fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show and you can listen to it in its entirety. And if you want to find out about more shows, more music, go check out magrocksdc.com.
Or anywhere social.
Just
all
type,
all the
Menage a
streams.
Garage into your local search box.
Yeah.
there's
And you'll
probably-
get all the,
Put
stuff.
safe search on first and then do Menage
Oh,
a
that's
Garage.
oh, that's
don't,
true.
you know.
Just saying, you
each
may.
his own.
Yeah.
Or you might end
Or
up on a very
don't.
particular deviant art page about the
Yeah.
movie Cars.
You just might get distracted for a while, but
Yes.
as long as you come back to the band, it's all right.
So, Jenny, I'm sure that you probably get this a lot, but with the name of the band, I think all the guys in the audience are wondering, have you ever been in a garage?
I have been in a garage.
Okay.
We don't-
yeah, that's hot.
But she doesn't own a car.
I don't own a car, so it's been a while.
You guys are saying that you get quite a bit of, at best I can call it fan mail, right? Because of the name. And
We do. We
Yeah.
get some unusual followers
People
on
are just
social
stupid is what they
media.
yeah,
Yeah.
that are like,
yeah.
I'm a mechanic and I really like where this is headed.
And I did absolutely no research before I emailed you.
Yeah.
There's usually not an explanation, although we did get a guy from Brazil writing us this morning, which was strange.
Yeah.
Clearly looking for some interaction online, let's say. And other times it's usually just we'll get a fan follower from out of the country who has some, who does a lot of selfies with like
Abs.
bare chested, kind of selfies and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I do that a lot, but I'm from inside the U.S., so it's different.
I always figure those are just
My
fishers.
abs are from outside the U.S., but I can imagine. I mean, you guys signed on for this.
From Germany.
Yeah,
You knew
yeah.
what was going
Specifically,
down.
the
there's-
bratwurst.
there was a backstory to
Yeah.
our name.
What was that?
Okay, so when we met, which was just over 3.5 years ago, we
Yeah.
met through Flash Band. You're
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
familiar
yeah.
with Flash Band.
Absolutely.
So it's this, kind of like this organization that does this sort of speed dating, or not speed dating. I call it speed dating for musicians because we get together. There's a big meetup of like 40 people.
Right.
You
It's not really speedy. It's more like a music orgy.
Yeah, or right, like musical chairs where you just like figure out who you want to play with for a month, and
Yeah.
then you play a show. So we all met. Some of us had already been doing it a few times. That's how we roll. Take that as you want. But
Get around a little.
this was, we got around. But this was the Flash Band's 3rd anniversary. So there were 3 stages. This was all at Heaven and Hell. And we were part of the trios stage. So
Okay.
it was kind of obvious as a name thing to play along with this menage-a thing because we were a trio.
You realize that trois is the part that's 3, right?
Yes, exactly. But we thought,
Yes, our
but we
our
You
name
dropped
is
the part that was actually referring to 3.
Yes,
It's House of Garage.
However, we figure as that we have pretty smart fans.
Yes.
And then they might kind of figure that piece out, but also because menage rhymes with garage, and
That's
because we're kind of garage rock sound. Yeah.
I think it's
Blowing
a great
my mind, man.
I think it's a great name. It's
It's been
just,
controversial.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that's the best
polarizing.
part.
it's polarizing.
polarizing.
It is.
In these United States in 2018,
Yeah.
our band name is the most polarizing thing
Ever.
that people have to talk about.
No,
Yeah.
we legit. So I was in a band and we played kind of edgy folk rock, right? And we made stickers that said "Folk You." And they were super popular. A bunch of people got them, right? And we would constantly get people like we would do like some show at like I don't know a Relay for Life or something, and some kid would be like, "That's awesome," and they'd take it, and their mom would come back and be like, "I can't believe you gave this to my kid," and then I would have to go straight face to the mom and say like, "What's wrong with it?" And they go, and I go, "You don't like folk? I don't understand." And they're like, it's the other F word, like fork. I don't know. I'm not tracking. No, I mean, tell me, what is it that's on your mind? It's fuck you. And I'm like, oh my God, why would you say that? Jesus, woman, there are children. And, and it's like, this is happening in your head. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I know that I've set it up.
Yeah.
But the fact that you put it together, that's on you. That's not
Very
on me.
Pensian sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't be in the room with a woman because people are going to think the wrong thing.
Right.
Exactly. So
I think it drives people away. I mean, they're scared.
yeah.
They don't know what to expect.
No, it's very,
that explains a lot.
why is there no one here?
But yeah, people either love it or they hate it. Mostly, or not. Actually, I've never even heard people hate it so much as we've had a couple little
Disappear.
situations come up. Yeah, where they're like, I really think we should change our band name. This was not our. This is not any current band member. But,
Oh, okay.
You know.
Well, anyhow, I think it's great. I'm on the all 4 team. So if you do like the name, head down Friday, September 28th to Dangerously Delicious Pies in Washington, D.C. and let them know. If you don't like the name, do the same thing and go and tell them that you hate their name. And without further ado, we are going to now put the 2 of you into a new role. I know that you're used to being in a role with the 3 of you, but it'll just have to be just the 2.
It's not really called a
twosome.
role.
It's it's role playing, and
It's
so
more like a bun.
and so it's gonna be dad jokes all night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Oh, he loves that.
Shoe fits, man.
So we are
Shoe
going
pastry.
Hey, we're gonna make you the editor-in-chief of a brand new publication. We, as your faithful reporters, are going to pitch you stories that we found from all over the internet. These are actual stories. You're gonna let us know whether or not they're news and whether or not they make it into the publication. You guys have any questions?
I have excellent news judgment. I'm
Okay,
all
good.
prepared.
At the end, we will need a name for your publication, so think about that. All right, you ready? Excellent.
Play the stinger.
Yes, go for it. Adam, you get to start again because
I get to start 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
You made such a bitch about it that you get to do it again.
All right, here we go. Pot shop employee fights off attackers with trusty glass bong.
No.
So, well, hold on. Let me explain something here.
Did they say?
No.
Did we mention that I do that a lot?
What kind of pot?
Oh, okay. So is there more?
So
Glass pot?
the story as reported here is that it's a shop in, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, an area of Canada where 4 men armed with bear spray bust in through the front door, spray down the 2 employees, and the one grabs a glass bong and fights them back out of the store. The story is not the employee fighting people off with a glass bong.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he got sprayed in the face with 4 cans of bear spray and still managed to fight off 4 people, which makes me wonder, is bear spray kind of a scam?
Is it, or did those people have Cheetos on them? And they were just like, I'm gonna eat those Cheetos. You can't stop me.
But my favorite part actually is there's an amazing video, like the security cam footage, and it's less fighting and more like if you've seen like a kung fu movie where he's fighting off 20 dudes, but 19 of them are sort of dancing in the background.
Yeah.
It's that kind of fight in
They're
the
all-
front of the store.
They're making that noise that they make before they come at him. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but my favorite part is that you see him, like the attackers are kind of off camera a bit, and he's like holding the bong up, ready to hit someone, and then you see him sort of stand up and give him like a "Are you fucking kidding me?" look, and some guy just swings an empty shopping bag at him from off camera. It just kind of goes boom against his shoulder, and he's like, "Are you fucking serious?" And then decks him with the fucking bong.
Nice.
It's a great video.
That is a quality bong. If he can actually do hand-to-hand combat with it. Are you sure it was a bong? And I mean, you know that like when people get high, they can get very industrious. So I'm wondering if it was like he made a bong out of a quarterstaff, and that's where it started. Now it's kind of a bong.
That would just kind of ruin the structural integrity of your quarterstaff.
It would.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does this happen a lot in Canada?
Yes.
'Cause-
It's called Tuesdays in Canada.
So
Still not news. Still not
Not
news.
news.
No,
Just Tuesday.
It would be a
Just
good.
Tuesday.
It's a great anecdote for the paper investigating bear spray.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it
true.
would make people read that paper.
You could say, like,
Still not
should
news.
you buy bear spray? It won't even fend off a bong. What they needed was bong spray. That was the problem.
But was it bear spray that is the kind of spray that deters the animal through the use of some other animal's urine? Or
right.
was it like ultra pepper spray? Because if you get sprayed in the face with like dog pee, it's not going to do much, right? I mean, you're going to stink.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be
not
a
gonna
really
pleasant.
It'll be an embarrassing boner, but other
you'll
than
see-
that,
I mean, I would be too busy being disappointed to grab a bong and
That
fight
was-
off 4
it should've
dudes.
ended right there because that was just great. Embarrassing boner. That's my next band name.
yeah, it's an album coming out. I feel like
We do teenage rock.
it's popping up next month.
It's coming out.
I roll.
All right, so not news apparently.
Boo.
The U.S. House, this is from thehill.com, which is a little horrifying. House of Representatives passed a bill this week outlawing the eating of cats and dogs.
That's the thing we needed?
First, there wasn't apparently a law about eating cats and dogs. And second, now what am I going to do? Yeah, no. So apparently, they were pretty upset. They've been trying to do this since 2017.
Wait.
Yeah,
Why should there be a law against eating cats and dogs?
that's a good question, right? So
We
right,
have too many, as Bob Barker loved to tell us.
right, because and it's true. Like if I'm starving, right, I'm not going to be asking like, is this hamburger made out of a cat? I'm going to ask, why don't I have more mouths in order to shove this into my mouths?
Cat
Like,
is delicious.
Yeah, like I want to eat that if it's going to help me live. And so there's a good question there. Apparently, slaughtering cats and dogs is currently legal in 44 states. So there are some states that were like, that's creepy.
It is specifically allowed. Like
Yeah.
they have a
Well, I
it's
mean,
on
it
the
gets-
books that yes, you can do this.
I don't
or
know.
it's just not mentioned.
It probably doesn't give instructions, but it's like there's no law
Is it
against
kosher?
it. Yeah. And they probably don't like sell the equipment, but it's
There's special equipment.
I would assume so, right? I don't know.
Why?
Nah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
cats
a
are pretty
dog
bony.
kebab or something. You
No,
need something.
It's probably just like a rabbit kind of
You
situation.
think so?
Yeah.
Just a big rabbit.
Yeah.
Depending on if it's a chihuahua.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I own a
I mean, in
chihuahua.
DC, we should really allow for rats.
Here's the good news.
What?
It's bipartisan. Representative Vern Buchanan, who's a Republican, and Representative Halsey Hannings, who's a Democrat, are sponsoring this. So finally, we're seeing them share across the aisle on some things, which is great. They said it should be outlawed completely, given how beloved these animals are for most Americans. Dogs and cats provide loving companionships to millions of people and should not be slaughtered and sold as food. Yeah. But I would argue,
because it's going to offend millions of people, which it would.
Yeah.
The other millions, but there's so many. Okay, so.
Yeah, but what if I have an outdoor cat and then my neighbor takes it because he's hungry?
But just because it
why are you letting your
people,
neighbor be hungry?
Well,
so much to eat a cat.
I don't always know what's going on with my neighbors. That's true, but it might be too late.
Because he ate your cat, and now you've learned.
And now that's when I find out he's hungry.
This is news, by the way. This is definitely news.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Yeah, if the House passes such a ridiculous bill instead of doing what they're supposed to be doing, then we should all know about it. So it's
that's right. And the fact that they agreed on something is huge news.
No, the fact that they agreed on something so fucking trivial and stupid that they all think they can just get away with it and nobody will think that there's anything wrong with it. That's just beyond the pale.
Well, and here's the thing. I think we can fix this with one slight change to the language, right? Because it says cats and dogs provide love and companionship to millions of people and should not be slaughtered and sold as food. All we have to do is say dogs and cats provide love and companionship to millions of people, and those dogs and cats should not be slaughtered and sold for food. Right? That's it, right?
There you go.
Right? That seems reasonable.
The rest of them, fair game.
Either love the other ones or maybe they're up for auction there.
Cats cause a lot of misery to a lot of people who cannot stand their dander.
That's true. And they cause women to be single into their 50s.
And men into their 30s. That was my case. I had three cats.
I have 2 cats, but I'm happily partnered.
There you go. See? Is it with cats?
With the whole family.
Okay, good.
The whole
Excellent.
dang family.
All right, so we have news. Adam, how about you?
Well, Keith, I've got good news for you, and I've got bad news for you.
Those are my favorite kinds of newses.
The good news is I now have solid proof that we have an international listenership.
Yeah! Woo! Awesome! Woo!
The bad news is it seems to have been inadvertently used for evil.
Oh, no. Oh, that was not the goal.
Because here's the headline. Keith, you'll recognize this from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Italy's first sex doll brothel raided by police closed down.
They're listening. They're listening to the show. Thank you, authorities of Italy. We really appreciate your support.
I don't know how I got in a situation where I seem to be contractually obligated to include a sex doll story in every episode of Another Wasted Hour, but this is the world we live in.
Yeah. This is your role now.
Yep. So, as we reported before, they had just opened and was immediately booked for weeks and months out.
Yeah. Do you know what a sex doll brothel is? Do we need to describe this?
I can just assume.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I'm kind of just putting,
I'll let you assume.
Whatever you're imagining, it's much sadder.
Oh, really?
So they're not even
sad. Here's the thing we kept getting stuck on. It's an entire brothel with 6 dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I would worry about assuming because you know what they say. If you assume, it makes an ass out of a normal doll.
So apparently only 9 days after they opened their doors, the police found the secret location and raided it for, quote, breaking Italian laws on renting out accommodation.
Who did they arrest? The dolls? If there are no people there.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It wasn't automated. Somebody had to take the money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They did have staff members to take money and set up the dolls before people came in and whatnot.
Hose down the dolls.
Yeah, I was gonna say wipe them down at least,
or at least hang them to drip dry or something.
To dry. All right. So is it news?
No, it's not news.
No. All right.
No, not
God.
Not if you guys talk about it every week. Apparently, it's just every day.
Well, this is the next chapter in it.
I'm a firm
next chapter
believer
of an evolving story.
I guess it's a surprise that it's in Italy. I mean, I would think Japan. Yeah,
I mean, Sex Doll Daily might want to report on it.
Oh, that's true.
There's another one.
That's not our publication.
There's another one in Toronto, right? Is it Toronto?
Yeah, there's one that has now opened up in Toronto.
Yeah, that one's not been rated yet. So
Do they have bear spray?
Do you get Tim Hortons with your
whatever they're
every
into.
payment?
They use the bear spray in that place when your time's up. Like, all right, time to move along, pervert.
Oh man,
Man, what happened to you? I was hit with a bong mid-coitus.
some people would probably like that.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, we should.
Everybody's got a kink. They're already at the
I ain't
sex
gonna
doll
kink
brothel.
shame on this show.
Yeah.
They're cornering the market.
All right.
0 for 2. This is so unusual.
I know. These are my people. That's what it is.
We're not letting punks on the show ever again.
Oh man.
Man sends email to 246 women, hoping one of them is the Nicole he met the night before.
What?
Yeah. So he met a girl named Nicole the night
Charles
before.
Manson?
No, not Charles Manson. I can get you his name, but you probably don't want to meet him. But so this gentleman, that maybe that's a strong word, but met a girl named Nicole, and I believe during his name is Carlos. He
I think he's written the Menage a Garage page.
Are you Nicole?
Are you Nicole?
No, he would just say, "Hello, Nicole."
Hello, Nicole.
No questions, just assumptions.
So yeah, they apparently had a a good conversation the night before, I guess, and got the wrong phone number. He asked for a phone number, and it was the wrong number. Now we in the real world know that might have been very much on purpose, but apparently knew that she went to the University of Calgary. So he then went and emailed every Nicole at the University of Calgary to be like, was that you? Was that you? Yeah. And so it was 246 people. The best part of this is where I think it really falls apart for him.
All
because
right.
up until this point, I'm like, okay, he's kind of industrious, right? No, he just did one mass email. It's like,
With
hello,
all-
Nicoles. I'm seeking one of you. And so now apparently all of the Nicoles have now gathered together. They're going to make a Facebook group.
Okay.
And now they're going to become friends because they're the Nicoles of Calgary University.
Right. They're going to have a hashtag against this guy.
Right. No Carloses.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they're going to try and find the real Nicole and warn her. That's what I'm guessing.
You have a lot of Canadian news.
Well,
that's
all they have time for up there.
Yeah.
It's getting close to
not
winter.
They have a
easy.
lot-
Yeah, we
of-
started off with Florida stories, and now we seem to have shifted to Canada stories.
No, Canada's good.
They're more wholesome.
That's true. I guess.
I mean, this is way better than some type of, sexual assault or anything. All he did is email a bunch of people. So it's a little creepy, but it's not violent. Florida's usually more violent.
Yeah.
Dude needs help though.
It's usually man found halfway inside alligator.
Yeah.
And you're eaten? You're
Which
no.
half?
So, all right. So is it news?
Yeah. If something comes of this Nicole thing, there
Yeah.
could be a whole movement. So I say yes.
All right. So it's Me Too, but with Nicole's.
Exactly.
No.
Well, we got to have something for our magazine. or
That's-
this
It's
publication.
positive.
So,
All right. It's like
okay.
a positive development.
There is a little
human
spin.
interest story. All right. It's at least not disgusting and sad.
It
All
might
right.
be on the local Calgary
Except for
news.
Carlos, who is disgusting and sad.
Right.
Yeah.
You, by the way, Carlos will be on the show next week.
Sorry about calling you disgusting and sad, Carlos. Please come to our show, September 28th.
Dangerously delicious
The-
pies.
The disgusting and sad
Put you on the
show
list.
on September 28th. That's
Along with
fun.
Nicole.
Yes, it'll all be
Come on down.
All of the Nicoles are invited to the show.
Right. If your name is Nicole, you get in
Oh,
free.
that's right. Yes. If somebody comes to us, we'll let them in.
If they say I am Nicole,
I'm Nicole.
there's going to be a dude that shows up and goes, "Hi, I'm Nicole." And you're gonna be like,
Okay.
fair enough.
All right, you're
We'll
in
be
for
like,
effort.
holy shit, somebody heard that.
You'll let us know. We'll
We'll be like, all right,
someone's listening.
come on in, man.
They'll come and they'll have an Italian accent. Hi,
That's
I'm
right.
Nicole.
No sex dolls here.
All right,
Nicole.
Adam, what's yours?
All right, so now we are going to enter into our lightning round. 'cause
Oh
we
yeah,
kinda
we're
running
Oh
running
my
out of
out of
God.
time.
So I'm just going to throw a headline at you,
Okay,
and you just
yay
tell me,
or nay.
kind of like you did for the first one.
Yeah.
If you have questions, feel free to ask them, but we're not going to try to sell you on it.
We may not know the answer to the question.
Okay.
either.
Chop chop.
A solar observatory in New Mexico is evacuated for a week, and the FBI is investigating. No one
News.
will say why.
News.
No.
I see. I wish
We
we
need
had
to
talked
know what
about
they're up
this.
to.
No, we don't know what that's about.
That's news.
Here we are thinking there's no UFOs, and now the FBI is taking over observatories.
Okay.
I mean, it should be news because it might be like some sort of pollution or some sort of contamination somewhere. They should be telling
Got it.
people what's going
and
on.
it's about outer space, and we like that. So, okay, John,
No.
you win.
You are ascribing motivations that are not present.
All right.
No,
So
only
Tim,
a
At least
little
it
bit
wasn't
present.
shut out. At least it wasn't shut out, so now I won't have to do a naked lap around the studio or anything.
yes, please, God, I would have voted for you. All right. Man gets prison for drunkenly shooting at non-existent clowns. In related news, Adam will not be available to co-host future episodes. That last
I still contest the use of the word non-existent. If I can see them and I can hear them mocking me, they fucking exist.
Yeah, so yeah, he's been sent to jail. The best part of this is it was indoors, just so you know. That makes it even better. So news.
John,
Was he a licensed gun owner?
Was he a licensed? I don't know. I didn't see that in the article. That's a great question.
I mean,
I have a
irresponsible
confession.
use of guns is news to me.
Yeah, it was a
Fair enough.
shotgun.
I mean, I'm not shocked. It's not news to me,
Yeah.
but I think it's news.
It didn't say that he was or was not illegal, that it was an illegal firearm. It's just that he shouldn't have been discharging it towards clowns that don't exist and endangering his neighbors.
See, this is a human interest story that is supposed to be funny, but
Yeah.
which is really about something very, very serious, which is irresponsible use of firearms.
Right.
we're serious.
Yeah.
This publication's serious.
And he was probably hungry. And so he was just hunting clowns.
Besides, I got distracted
I
while you
thought
were
Congress
telling
just
us
passed
that
a law
story.
against that.
Yeah. All right. So news?
I got distracted because I was like trying to kill a gnat in here. So John gets to choose.
They're already
Yes.
not going to the postseason. It's fine.
So happy I released that gnat into the...
Yes. All right. So it is. We're putting it in.
It is news.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Properly reported, it's news.
Yes.
As our publication would be.
Of course. No fake news here.
Well, to finish off my side, I think I have the most Florida man article to ever come out of Texas. Galveston man threatens family and stabs cat 12 times while 4-year-old fires an AK-47.
Oh,
See, it's
why are we hurting all the animals?
Congress just passed a bill
Yeah.
that is illegal.
yeah. This
Can't
is,
eat
Well, he
it.
didn't say he ate the cat.
Oh.
Just said he killed the cat while a 4-year-old was firing an AK-47.
this is why we don't do Florida anymore. This is same thing.
Where
Happens
was
every week.
so like it was just like some sort of pastiche with this guy yelling and stabbing a cat while some kid in the background was shooting a gun?
I feel that's performance art, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that?
Like, put that in the Hirshhorn.
Yeah, that's a Hirshhorn thing. Yeah, we could totally watch that.
Is this the NPR part of our podcast?
Are we getting
Yes.
quiet?
We're getting all
Yeah,
artsy.
Talking about the Hirshhorn
Yes,
and
let's
really
talk
children
about the
firing
Hirshhorn.
AK-47s,
Yes.
Very good.
aka Kalashnikovs.
Yeah, this is great. There's a lot of culture here that
We're
we're
going to be
creating.
stabbing some cats,
Yeah,
but not
Yeah.
eating them to stay within the
But
law.
what was the intentionality
That would be
behind
illegal.
that?
yeah. The question is
You
it
can kill
news?
them all you want, apparently.
What do you guys feel? Is
Well,
it
no,
news?
you can't, because he was arrested for killing it.
That's
He was arrested for
The cat.
animal abuse.
Yeah,
right.
probably.
Okay.
Yes.
at that point probably goes beyond abuse. After the I don't know 8th or 9th stab, it's less abusive and more like, oh Jesus Christ. So
It's just like, seriously, dude?
is it news?
12 times?
Yeah, cats aren't even that big.
No,
Where
it's
do you
news.
fit it?
No, I can't say it's not news because of my previous statement about the clown hunting.
Yeah,
Because it has to be news. Because where did that kid get that gun? And that kid is not supposed to be
No.
firing that gun.
perfectly legal. He had a license for it.
The license for an AK-47.
Yes, it was in
It's
the cereal
Texas.
box.
But it's still irresponsible, if not illegal.
Yeah,
It is the guy has a license for the gun and he gives it to a child.
Yeah.
And allows the child to just fire it off
the kid was trying to defend
outside
the
of
cat.
a gun range.
Oh, the kid was trying to defend the
So he's
cat.
defending the cat. So,
Maybe.
so
or he
this
might
man,
just be a 4-year-old Texan.
I don't know. I didn't.
he
read
was
the
doing a
story.
very terrible job of defending the cat.
That's true. Yeah, not good. If you
At least
bring
4. The fine motor skills aren't quite there yet.
Yeah.
I need some.
Kalashnikov has a hell of a kick.
never bring a stab cat to a
Details.
gunfight. That's what we've learned in this.
True.
All right, so is it news?
Yeah, it's news.
Yeah. All right.
Hooray!
All right. Last but not least. Researchers at Oregon State University use Reddit to teach neural networks how to use sarcasm. Now, the main reason I added this, I know that I'm not supposed to like pitch it. I predicted this in a previous show. Do you remember this, Adam?
Was it when I did the one about they taught a bot how to be a psychotic murderer or something like
I think it was, yeah. And they said it was like it learned it from like Twitter or something, right? Or something to be a.
I think it was Reddit as well.
Was it Reddit?
Yeah, it was Reddit posts of like people being killed.
Oh, right. And then I said if you just go to the main page, you'd be able to teach a bot to be sarcastic and like self-righteous. And so apparently this has happened.
Yeah.
So now artificial intelligence can be like, you can be like, give me directions to DC, and it'll be like, yeah, no.
Now, this would be like the lead story in our publication
The lead story
because we're all about artificial intelligence.
and sarcasm.
I mean, More Human Than You
That's true.
is the album.
Well, Keith,
So-
while we're calling up previous episodes, now that you're a prophesizer, make
Yeah.
sure you don't start calling World Cup results, otherwise you could get turned into seafood.
That's true. Yeah, I don't want to get killed because of that. An octopus was murdered because it was able to predict the World Cup, and yeah,
Oh, it was murdered.
It had a 3 for
know
3
that.
record or something like
3
that,
for
and then
yeah.
it got turned into seafood.
it was delicious. That also, we should add that to the legislation. So if cats and dogs can predict the World Cup, do not kill them for food.
Oh, I thought you were going to say if octopi are
Deliciously
beloved by millions of
Well, they
people.
should.
dangerously delicious octopi.
Yeah.
Oh, pie. Yeah, got it.
All right.
Octopi.
So is it news?
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Ah, man.
We made it
Okay.
It's
through.
not all about guns, John.
It is not. Well, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
I
I
mean-
don't know
Right.
if it's news.
Okay,
I see
well,
those things
okay,
on
it's
my
not-
Apple
it's
News.
not
And I'm like,
serious.
I don't know if I care about
It's not
that.
a real publication, remember? That's what they told us. Don't get too hung up on it.
Well, here's the good news that you're now going to need to give us a name for your new not real publication. What do you guys
What
want
did
to
we
call
we decided the blow up dolls was a real story or no? Yeah?
No.
No, what was the other? We had 2 stories about violence and a couple of things about cats and dogs, and then we had it.
I think I got all
artificial
mine.
intelligence.
So we have cats and dogs.
Right.
We have Carlos, the really
Oh,
creepy guy.
Nicole's, all the
Yeah,
Nicoles.
all the Nicoles. We have clowns being shot that don't exist, and then sarcastic AI.
Okay.
Clown hunting daily.
And then you got one from Adam. Adam, you got one of them, right?
2 of them.
Oh, 2. Okay. What were your 2?
The observatory being investigated
All
or
right.
evacuated, and then the Galveston man.
So basically, you just determined we're really, we have no discretion.
You're just all over
We
the
just
place.
said everything was good.
You missed. There were 2.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What?
Non-discretionary news.
Non-discretionary.
I was
news.
being very discretionary.
I like it. Non-discretionary. I would subscribe
Say we
to
have,
that.
yeah.
I would just be like, I'm in. Let's see what this looks
The
like.
NDN.
Yeah. I've had whole relationships
sure.
like that.
Non-discretionary news daily. ND.
Yeah. All right. So non-discretionary news daily. So check your newsstands for that. How do you guys feel you did as new editor-in-chiefs of a brand new publication?
Terrible.
We get along okay.
Well, it
I would
depends on
agree because you didn't pick my first 2.
That's true.
if we're going
Yeah.
for like a profit motive, pretty terrible.
That's true. I can tell you that because we put those same news articles on our podcast and it's not profitable. So I definitely wouldn't follow the rule of thumb that we're giving you. But we do have more important news that we need to get to. You guys are playing a show at Dangerously Delicious Pies Friday, September 28th. That's at 8:30 p.m. There's going to be incredible music and pies. So I don't know what people would need more and above that.
Absolutely.
Right. And so you'll want to check out Menage a Garage on that show. And then we have a track from you called The Stroke from the EP More Human Than You, which came out in July. Do we want to talk about that a little bit? I know that we have a clip here. If people want to hear the whole track, they can fast forward to the 1 hour mark of this show. But we're going to have a little clip here. So set that up for us. What is this song?
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
No.
It's out there. So it's this one's, the lyrics are pretty personal to me. I had a friend who had a stroke,
I was going to ask that if there are so many ways you could take it.
Yeah,
It was like
so-
either a golf thing or it was an actual stroke. So,
Right. No,
so that's interesting. Okay.
It's a human being who had a stroke, and this is about my personal experience, not his, of course, because I wasn't in his head,
Sure.
unlike the surgeons. But a lot of it is about the experience of being with somebody that you love through a very traumatic hospital experience.
Yeah. Mhm.
And so a lot of the lyrics are about that. And, there's the bridge is all about people asking him every hour about what's your name and how old are you? And
Yeah.
people on the same floor who are just expecting things of you. Can we pray for you? Can blah, 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 blah. Can all of these things happen? And then, so the lyrics are just about what it was like to be me, watching somebody else go through that, and
So
just
less-
kind of processing the experience through song.
Yeah.
That
so,
sort of thing.
So less about the stroke itself and more about the experience of the care of the stroke. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
that's
or
interesting.
being that person on the outside.
Yeah.
When doctors are pointing to people in the room and saying, "Who is that? Who is that?"
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a segment in there where it says, "If you love me, why won't you awake?"
Mm-hmm.
Which I took from some advice from an article. I can't remember exactly where, but they were like, don't say things like, "If you love me, you'll wake up,"
Oh, yeah.
because
I
that
mean,
puts like so much there. What if they don't?
I mean, if they
And then what if they can hear you?
it's
So
mean,
there's
right?
all these terrible things that people say out of desperation to try to get the situation to change.
I would trick them in other ways, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's fine. You take the time you need. I'm just going to go through your wallet, right? And then they're like, oh no, don't go through the wallet, right? Like,
See, that attitude, I actually appreciate that a lot more because it's like humorous take on the situation. It lightens it up a little bit. But.
yeah.
So that lightens up a very, very dour and serious song.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's
a rocker, though.
It's poppy and uplifting. We're known for our somber topics, but upbeat sounds.
Right. Yeah. All right. So, would you say that this tune is kind of a good example of what your sound is, or is this kind of the off the wall one that isn't like the others?
No, this is
This is-
quintessentially Mag.
This is the wheelhouse. So
Yeah.
if somebody likes this,
Yes.
this is what you kind of expect from the show. There,
Yes.
you'll have some variety and stuff, but this is like the main river that
Big songs that are hard to sing. That's
All right.
basically it.
Well, let's take a listen. So once again, Friday, September 28th at 8:30, you're going to be up at Dangerously Delicious Pies in Washington, D.C. Anybody playing with you, by the way?
Yes, Sister X from Baltimore.
Sister X from Baltimore. Menage a Garage, I assume, headlining it.
We're sharing the bill.
Sharing the bill. All
Yeah.
right.
We can
Sharing
talk
the
about
bill.
that if you like.
If you want to find out more about that show and other music, go to magrocksdc.com. This is their track from More Human Than You. This is the song The Stroke.
This is real life. It all seems so surreal, like a badger. Just so juvenile. It's not funny. It's unnecessary and boring. Do you love me? Do you know my name? If you love
All right. So,
That's a little piece of it, right?
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's not the whole.
Yeah, no, if they want to hear the whole track, fast
Yeah.
forward to the 1 hour mark.
Woo.
This is just a little piece of that. This is great. So we were talking about this earlier. I thought it was an interesting combination of kind of, there's obviously some punk in there, right? There's like that kind of drive to it. I also heard, and I don't know if this will offend you, you might come across and just punch me, but Jane's Addiction. There's a little Jane's Addiction in there, I think.
Sure, in that one, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can hear the vocals.
Yeah, vocals and a little bit of kind of some of the rhythm stuff. I'm like, they had a little bit of a frantic energy to them as well, and this has that same kind of that feel,
and,
like drive
and a little
to it.
sing-songy sort of thing.
Yeah.
This one is less melodic than a lot of our songs are, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have more melody to a lot
Yeah,
of that. This is a little shoutier and a little more.
That is true.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's good though, right? Because the topic at hand is kind of a one of frustration and one of a lot of passion, right? I mean, I've been in a hospital with a loved one dealing with something and feeling kind of helpless about that. That there's a lot pent up when you think about those moments.
Yep.
So it seems like the sound is right for that.
we're a pretty pent up band.
Well,
That's a good way to describe us.
oh, there you go. So. hopefully you're able to get some of that out on Friday, September 28th at 8:30 down at Dangerously Delicious
We go
Pies.
for it.
Go check them out. Tell them that your name is Nicole, and they will let you in. So, all right. So awesome. Thank you for doing that. We are going to transition into something that has, first and foremost, a very horrible stinger. So this is called...
Speaking of frantic energy.
Yes. It's called Please God Just Get One Right. So this is our game show. Our guest last
Been
week.
waiting for this.
Yes, it's the best part. So Nick from Smoking on Plains, he was here. They're playing Saturday, September 22nd at Velvet Lounge in DC, and he had to do a whole
Beloved
series
venue.
of it's a
beloved venue.
It's a beloved venue, and so he had to do a series of questions about monkeys, and then he had to choose a category for you. The idea is we're gonna have 6 questions. You have to get one right. I think you might have a shot at this.
Okay, we're doing monkeys, or he did monkeys.
He did monkeys.
Okay.
He then picked a category for you. You guys ready for that?
Alligators.
All right.
Alligators. Alligators.
Yep.
Alligators.
The band, The Monkeys.
Oh, yay!
He wasn't
What?
super creative, I
Yeah,
think, in
well,
his endeavor.
We'll see. We'll see.
But yeah, so we have 6 stories or 6 questions about the band, The Monkeys. Are you
Okay.
guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, bring it on.
These are not going to be easy. We're going to try and go.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
They could be, and I'd still get them.
Yeah,
right.
maybe. In 2000, VH1 produced a TV biopic about the Monkeys, later released on DVD in 2002. What was the full name of the biopic?
I have no idea. That's the name.
That's
No.
I like the confidence, and that is what it should have been called.
Everything but head.
And I like your brain. It makes me happy. All right. No, Daydream Believer, the Monkeys story. That was the full name of it. Yeah,
They
did
didn't write
song.
that song.
What can it be?
They probably not.
No,
They
that's
made-
a Neil Diamond song, Daydream Believer.
They probably also
Yeah, it
didn't
sounds like
write
a
any
Neil
of the other
Diamond song.
songs
No.
either.
They did write some of them.
John.
That I know, but they did not write Daydream Believer. That's
Later
Neil
in
Diamond.
their
Most of them,
career.
only 3 of them. Well, maybe I'll reserve my trivia because maybe it'll be one of
I
the
think
questions.
Mike
so-
Naismith was like the only one that actually wrote
Exactly.
songs, right?
He was the only musician.
Everyone else, they were actors. All right, Adam,
Tom,
what do you
Tom
have?
Jones was a musician. Okay, whatever. Bob Raffleson had developed the initial idea for the Monkees in 1962, but was unsuccessful in selling it, eventually causing him to abandon the project. However, in 1964, what film release inspired him to revive the concept, eventually leading him to sell the show to Screen Gems Television?
Planet of the Apes.
Hard Day's Night.
Correct.
Yeah, you
The
got
Beatles'
one.
A Hard Day's Night.
Nicely done.
Oh, she was right? Okay.
Yeah, you are
no,
not
yeah.
right.
No, the Planet
should've-
of the Apes came up like 2 weeks ago or something like that.
We should have gotten you guys to like consent, to, like get a single answer to be.
Oh, no.
Jenny's
fair.
always count. Mine will not count.
Okay, fair enough. We were just listening to Jenny.
Yeah.
This way we get 2 chances.
You can just turn
John,
off
you-
my audio channel
Yeah.
and I'll never know the difference.
What it is John has figured out how relationships work. Like, hey, where do you want to go to dinner? Pizza Hut? No, I want Chinese. We're doing Chinese. That's how it's gonna go. All right, the Monkees had many opening acts that they toured around the world. What band did they give their first U.S. touring slot to in July 1967? Even though the act ended up leaving early due to not being received well by the audience. So this is the first U.S.
Black
touring
Sabbath.
shot.
Was this the
So
month?
this is the first time this band ever played in the U.S. I wanted to clarify that. So the Monkees gave the first U.S. shot in July 1967 to this band who had not played in the U.S. before.
ABBA?
Rolling Stones.
No,
Puppet Show.
none of those. This one's fascinating to me.
Puppet Show.
Well, like
It's and
Spinal
Puppet
Tap
Show.
and and Puppet Show. They tried
Puppet
to
Show and Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
they tried to tour Spinal Tap later.
Yes. So no, it was the Jimi Hendrix Experience opening for the Monkees. Can you see how the audience was like, this sounds like noise.
Confused.
I don't get this. This sounds very, very much not like pop rock.
Where's Dave?
Yeah.
Where's Dave?
And he was like, and they were like, oh God, oh Lord.
Yeah, that was just misconceived.
Yes, it was. All right, Adam.
All right, when it came time to assign instruments to each of the actors, eventual frontman Davy Jones was the only one who actually knew how to play the drums. But producers vetoed him being the drummer in the band. For what reason?
Because Mickey Dolenz was the least attractive, and he couldn't be in the front. But Davy played a mean tambourine,
Yes.
so you could tell
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was the cute one. I mean,
he was the cute one.
Gotta put
he had
that
to
guy
be in
up front.
Why was
exactly.
he the cute one, do you think? What made him so cute?
his symmetrical appearance.
His symmetrical appearance? There might be another
He
piece.
looked like a little boy.
What,
I like
kind
their
of-
answers better than the real answer.
yeah.
Okay,
You know why he might have looked like a little boy?
because he was a little boy.
Yes. Adam?
No, the reason was because on camera it exaggerated his short stature, and he would just disappear behind the drum kit.
Yeah, he was short.
I could see that.
He would just be like just arms playing drums.
They wouldn't see his head. Ding, 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 ding.
All right. What product did Beth Naismith Graham, mother of Monkees guitarist Mike Naismith,
We know this one.
invent in
She's got it.
1951
She's got it.
and
She's got it.
sell
We can
for
both say it.
$47.5 million
Yeah, it's totally white out.
in
White out.
1979?
White out.
Incorrect.
Oh, liquid paper.
There you go.
Sorry, whiteout is the is like the
3M's
not
ripoff?
official name.
That's-
Yes,
yeah,
liquid
that's
paper
the-
is what I meant.
That's the actual brand name.
Where's
for
my
one of the
liquid paper?
papers.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever hear the Weird Al song? That's
No, I don't know.
So
that
we've
one.
gotten
Dog Eat
two.
Dog. I think is the
You've
one
gotten
that has.
two, yeah.
Is this like the highest
Where's
score?
my liquid
High
paper?
score for any band?
It
Okay,
is.
what's the high score?
I think 4, right?
Oh, man.
I think 4.
I think we had a
And
4.
it's too late for that, right?
Yeah, you would have to get 2 out of the next one.
But you
gonna
might be able to
go
get a
home.
menage a trivia here.
Yeah.
The last one.
Ooh, well, we'll see.
A House of Trivia.
Yes. All
So
right.
after the Monkees TV show was canceled in February of 1968, what feature film was shot and released later that same year? It was a commercial failure in part because it was meant to intentionally demolish the group's carefully curated public image, and some believe its true purpose was to try and kill the group so that certain members could be done with it.
It was Head, right? Isn't that what it's called? Head?
Is that Here's the Ruddles or something?
Jenny?
No.
Here's the Ruddles?
No, that's
don't
Eric
know.
Idle.
Oh, I don't
Nope.
know.
It's up to you. It's you're
No,
the
I
answerer,
don't know. I'm
right?
not that.
You're the person who it counts.
No.
That's what's said.
No, I don't know it. I
They're
don't know
taking me
it.
literally.
I don't
Yeah.
know it. Yeah, don't. Now
You're
the
passing it
the
to him?
pressure. The pressure's on now. I can't
Yeah.
do it.
Go ahead and pass it to me.
Go, John.
I'll claim it.
Go, John.
I think the movie's name was Head.
Well, menage a trivia achieved. It was Head.
Yeah! Nicely done.
Well, it may not have been apparent, but that's where my everything but head joke
Yes.
came from.
Yeah, we just didn't want to let on that we knew.
Right.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I was thinking, well, I know which trivia question he is going to get.
Yeah. So that's great. You guys won. So I'm going to go grab
More
my
about
sack,
the Monkees
and
than I thought
you
we
guys can
Oh, yay.
grab something out of my sack of joy.
Okay.
Does
And-
this make us an official intellectual band that we knew
Oh,
things?
yeah, absolutely. But while I'm doing that, you guys have to think of
Whoa.
a category for our next guest. So
Okay,
you think
okay.
about that. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab
Don't finish that song. Don't get sued.
my sack of happiness. We'll put, John, if you could just, I didn't wrap anything, so if you just close your eyes and just put your hand in my sack. Just reach into my sack.
Oh
there.
my God!
just-
Please, guys.
Yeah. There you go.
This is
Just
such a-
anything,
all these
just
bro
grab it.
jokes.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
feel it lick
All
you,
right,
just
what did
take
you
your
get,
arm out
John?
immediately.
None bowling.
None bowling.
It's sinfully fun.
What is that?
By Greco.
To bowl is human, the perfect game divine.
So you have a bunch of little nuns and then a bowling ball, and you
Aw.
knock the nuns
Wow.
over.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nun
If you
bowling.
don't play
Make
that
sure-
on stage on the 28th, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yes.
Oh, so that means
Well,
you're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole.
All right. So nun bowling. What do you have for your category for the next guest?
Oh. How about nun bowling?
That seems very specific.
How about nuns?
Just nun trivia.
Nun
Nuns.
trivia.
And nun, you can use that as a, it could be nun. N-U-N.
N-U-N trivia. Nun, There's
Okay.
plenty of trivia about nuns.
nuns.
Yeah,
Nuns.
that's
Like, you
not
know,
gonna be
how much
boring.
did the movie The Nun rake in last week?
All right. So
Was it
nun-
more than Predator?
So follow us
It
next
was.
week so that you can hear about all of the exciting nun trivia that's out there in the world.
especially since you can trust them.
Absolutely.
Exciting nun trivia.
They rarely touch people compared to priests. So,
Exactly.
all
Except
right.
with their
Priests do it inappropriately.
rulers.
Nuns do it with rulers.
Exactly.
That's the trick. You just need the ruler.
They should have that on a bumper sticker. Nuns do it with rulers.
Yes. All right. So let's move on,
all right.
everybody. We're going to do near and far here as we finish out our show.
Okay.
So what we did is we asked you.
That's what it's all
That's what it's
about.
about.
I understand.
Oh, is this from the
Oh my
Jenny
God, we have
McCarthy show?
Muppets.
Yeah. So we have two
I love
stories.
that sketch. Show me near.
Yeah. So we have two stories, one near, one far. And you guys are going to tell us a little bit about that.
There's a rule book.
Yeah, of course there is. It's nuns. They're
And
very
it's pretty
strict.
thick.
Yeah, they're
It's like
strict.
a lot of pages.
He's opening his nun bowling.
This is going to be
for
an
everybody
amazing.
who can't see this.
Yeah, this will be
the
really
air.
good performance art for the show.
Yep.
On page 17,
Yes.
how to play the basics.
All right, so I have Menage Garage in studio. They're playing Friday, September 28th at Dangerously Delicious Pies in Washington, D.C. For your near story,
Oh,
you wanted
yeah.
to say something about a tiny desk contest.
Oh yeah, so we've made it a practice to enter and fail and lose every single last tiny desk contest.
Yes.
And for those that don't know, the
lose
Tiny
all
We're
Desk
the
contest.
only ones. Yeah, it's
Is
the
it-
NPR. It's the NPR kind of initiative that gets a bunch of bands from all over the place, unsigned bands from all over the country, to create a tiny desk video that they
create
submit
free content for them.
to and then and then there's one winner. So there are a lot of losers, and we've been a 3-time loser. But
That's the
this
perfect number
last
for you.
time,
Yeah, we
that's
should never
right.
do
We
it
should
again.
stop. We're going to stop right now. But this last time, so we were not going to do it. The timing wasn't right. Blah, 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 for the deadline.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, okay, guys, or Allison and John, I'm going to bring the camera tonight to practice. They got like 1 hour notice, barely. And
Did you? I don't remember you telling us before we showed
actually,
up.
that's true. I probably just showed
think
up with
you
my
just
camera and
said,
I said,
"We're doing
okay,
this."
guys, we're doing this tonight. And so then, of course, you have to have a tiny desk in the video, and we didn't have that. So we basically had to run around. We practiced at 7 Drum City.
Yes.
Woo woo! Shout out.
Which is who does Flash Band, by the way, right?
Right. They've taken
They
over
sponsor,
Flash Band the last couple of years. Hi, Miles. So anyway, we had to run around 7 Drum City to figure out like what we could use as a desk. So we kind of
would look
manufactured
like
this
one on
kind of like
video.
desky enough,
Yeah.
so like a little platform, and then we put like
Out of the
coffee.
detritus around 7 DC.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just basically like looked around for stuff, and I was like, here's a coffee cup, and here's a stapler, and here's some pens. And
Those
so
would
then
go on the desk?
That would be, so this is our
Yeah.
desk. And then so John and I played, we're bass and guitar. And so Allison had to like she played the desk as drums, and she actually was taking it very seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
she was like checking the
Yeah, she was
tone. She was like
experimenting.
making sure like
Tuning the desk.
yeah, she was tuning the coffee cup, and with it, she had the pens, and the pens kept failing her. Actually, those were her drumsticks. So, but it's a really, if you get on, like, you probably are one of 5 people on our YouTube channel that would see it. But anyway, she's playing, our song "Take It As It Comes," and we all play, and she's actually playing the desk,
That's awesome.
and with the real like. She actually made drum sounds out of it. So the
Yeah.
actual video is without the real drums.
Like turned down the amps a little bit and
Right.
did kind of like a
and
live sound.
Yeah. So
those-
it's pretty fun.
Those people that don't know Tiny Desk concerts, they bring in like national acts and do tiny, like stripped down concerts in an office.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
it was originally in Bob Boylan's office.
Yeah,
At
in
his
NPR.
desk.
But now it's
and
basically at his cube.
at
Yeah.
his cube, right. And his first band was called something like Tiny Desk Unit.
Oh yeah.
And they were the first band to play it at the 930 Club.
The last one to play there as well. Yeah, the old 930
The old
club.
930.
All right, so
Oh,
that is
that's
the
it.
end of our time. I'm
All
sorry
right,
we didn't
bing.
get to your far, but did you have a good time?
Yes.
Excellent. Don't forget, everybody, Menage a Garage playing Friday, September 28th at 8:30 p.m. at Dangerously Delicious Pies in Washington, D.C. Go to www.magrocksdc.com for more information. In addition to that, I want to just Thank everyone. My summer co-host, engineer Adam, Kevin Emminger, McNally22, Justin Rogers, Big Metal Records, Big Metal Studios, and Alchemical Records for all their contributions. Please like our posts, follow us, retweet us, share the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We cannot do this without you. And don't forget to review us on Facebook, iTunes, and Google Play. Thanks most of all to Menage a Garage for wasting a perfectly good hour with us.
Very welcome.
This has been another wasted hour. And if you just realized that, don't blame us. We warned you.